So welcome back. Now that we have our lists view populated properly and we can also delete them, it is time for us to begin working on our items view controller. So to do that, I'm going to go to my main storyboard, and in here I'm going to add a new, this is my new view controller, and my new view controller has a few different items in it. Items or user interface elements. First of all, I have a little button that helps me go back. So to do that, I'm going to have a little button. I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to set its size to be exactly 64 by 64 pixels. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, say my background color is actually the same color, purple. And my button actually shows me an arrow like this. You could actually put a nicer looking arrow if we used our emojis. So I'm gonna go up here and say, give me that one, the very first one. Yes, perfect. So now I've got a better looking arrow. Maybe I make it a little bit larger. And then I have a label that is right up there, and it's going to be like this. Actually, both of these, let me first change my label, then I'm going to change another thing about them. Like we've discussed several times before, this part is basically your own design. As long as you have the elements that we need, it doesn't matter how you make them look like. So I have a label, and that label is there. I'm going to say list name. So this is the one that's going to show us the name of the list we are currently viewing. So the next thing is, let's make it white. And I think both of these, that and that, should be at position 20. Perfect. Then I have a text field like that. And my text field border style is borderless. I'm going to make it a little bit higher and place it exactly at 84 and there. And I'm going to say my new text field is actually in the center. Its placeholder says plus new item, so we can see that little thing showing up there. And I'm also going to put a background color for it, such as light gray. We also have a button down here like that. That is going to be again 64, and similar to the offline button, this one has an orange background. So that's about that. The text on it is black, and it says share this list. So when you press that, it shares the list, or it does a process to share it. I then have my table view. All right. So that's going to be located at, say, 128. I don't know the exact number. And about here. If you want, you can find the numbers perfectly accurately. Like I know my view is, my view is 667, sorry. So 667 minus 20 at the top, minus 64 for this, minus 44 for the text field, and minus 64 for the button that is at the very far bottom. And now the total that is remaining is 475. So that has to be 475. So the number was perfectly correct. Now, like I discussed earlier, this course isn't about interface design. You can very well set up your constraints, or for the purpose of us being able to move faster, I'm going to assume that because I'm designing on iPhone 8, I'm also going to simulate on iPhone 8, so everything is exactly going to be the same as we see it in this storyboard. So that's my assumption, but you're welcome to explore with auto layouts or constraints or any other technology for making your outlets responsive. Then I'm going to add a cell to my table view, and this cell, I'm going to call it, I'm going to say that one. The name of my cell is going to be items cell. That's about that. So this is the interface we have for our items view controller. It has a name up there that shows us the name of the list that we have come to. It has a back button. We have a text field to make new items. We have a table view with Excel. And of course, we have a share this list button that when you tap on it, you can share the list with other users. Let's keep it up to here. In the next lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to make a new view controller file and connect it to our items view controller and change some stuff in it.